Hey everyone, today we're going to talk about payments in Thailand and how to open a Thai bank account as a foreigner living in Thailand. We'll talk about what you can do with a Thai bank account that you otherwise cannot if you don't have one. So let's just get into it. ครับ
สวัสดีค่ะ
เริ่มโซ่ไปใหม่ครับ
เงินสดไม่ได้รับจริงๆค่ะเป็นสแกนได้อย่างเดียวค่ะ
สแกน
yes
ก็ไหม
no
วีซ่าได้ไหมครับ
วีซ่าไม่ได้สแกนได้อย่างเดียว
ไม่เป็นไรครับขอบคุณนะครับ Right, have you ever encountered this situation before? I feel personally it's getting more and more common, so I think it's worth opening a Thai bank account. So why would you want to do that? Well, when you can't pay with cash or getting a cash card somewhere or using your card or, you're kind of out of luck. Sometimes you'll find some other place where you can buy something else. But what if you went somewhere and you have a product or service or food or anything that you really wanted and then you can't pay for it because of technicalities? Well, that's too bad. Now, the good news, it's quite easy to open a Thai bank account as a foreigner. So that's something we'll get into. Let's talk about how to do that. But when you go and buy something in Thailand, they kind of skipped a step, I don't know if you want to call this is not like a third world country or anything. It's developing. It's developing rapidly. Some things are more advanced here than they are in the West, where I'm from. So they kind of just skipped the card payment step, went straight from a cash-based society to QR scan society. So, if you have a Thai bank account, it's so much easier. So why did they skip the card step? You might ask. I know I did. Because in Sweden, we're all about cards, debit cards, credit cards, and tap to pay. You could argue that tap to pay should be faster, right? But it depends. If you have your foreign cards and there are a lot of checks that need to be made for the tap to pay, it might actually take a while. You might have to take your card, put it to the machine or the terminal, and then wait a long time for the beeps, and then, okay, now you can remove your card. Imagine if you just opened your phone, got out your Thai banking app while you were in line or approaching the place where you wanted to buy something, and opened up the QR scanner and got ready with your camera. And then you just say what you want, and then you just point your camera at the scanned code, and then that'll show a transaction on your phone that you can show the vendor. And it's like, okay, good, we're done. It's actually even faster and even more convenient. So you don't have to think about all the cash you have. Do you have enough cash? Do you have good change? Do you only have 1,000 baht bills? Does that not work for transactions? Cash is kind of dirty, actually. Not the most hygienic to be handling that stuff. So it might just be very beneficial to use something else like QR code scan. So why don't the vendors have card tap at all then to accommodate these foreigners like us from Europe or America, Australia, etc.? Well, it just costs too much sometimes. If you do the math on it, it could be like 3 to 5% fee on each transaction from each customer. So if they were to take that hit financially for each transaction, it might not be worth it. I guess it's just the credit card companies and the legacy, monetary system. It's kind of expensive. So it makes a lot of sense that they would just skip ahead, skip the card step, go straight for QR code scan, because it doesn't really incur much of a, increased cost to the vendor or the business. So that's what they do. And I was very confused about that at first. But when looking into it for real, it actually does make sense. And now, how do you go about opening a bank account as a foreigner in Thailand? So, say you've decided, I don't want to put up with all those hurdles when paying for things in Thailand. I just want to get a Thai bank account and go with it. Well, first of all, you might be someone living in Thailand on like a retirement visa or some other long-term visa where you have to have money in a Thai bank account. Well, then it's easy. You already have the Thai bank. Make sure you have all the technical stuff to do the QR code scan. But you might be someone on a more shorter term visa, or even someone visiting Thailand for a shorter or longer period of time. So for the people who have the longer visas, obviously it's very easy to get a bank account and sometimes even required. So I'll focus on the folks who have a shorter term visa or a more, not permanent stay. So what you can do is, even if you have a tourist visa or a 2-month visa exemption, which is very common for many countries around the world to Thailand right now, that's very generous. You can do it as a tourist living in an Airbnb or a hotel. I've heard stories of people doing that. I don't know exactly, but yeah, I've heard success stories. The caveat is that you may have to go to a branch or a bank office of something like the, say, examples, Bangkok Bank, Krungsi Bank, or Kasikorn Bank, or, there are many different banks here in Thailand. So if one branch office says, no, mate, you cannot open a bank account being just a temporary tourist living in a hotel like that. And you might get a couple of no's, but it's like selling something. You could go to the next branch and hopefully find someone who speaks English very well so you can motivate why exactly you want a Thai bank account. And then you should be able to get it, because some clerks will definitely allow it. That's what I've heard. But basically the requirements are, I would bring the contract. If you're staying somewhere, maybe you have a condo or a house or something, bring the contract. And if you have like a 12-month lease, that's a good motivation, right? Shows you're serious and you have the means, so there will be no problems for the bank. You need identification, so bring your passport as well. And another thing that you will need is a Thai phone number. So choose a plan with maybe True or AIS, which are my recommended providers here in Thailand, and make sure you have a plan that actually grants you a local phone number in Thailand, because that's not obvious that you will have that. If you choose one of these providers and you just choose a data plan purely, then you may not have a Thai phone number. Make sure you have the Thai phone number. So again, contract with physical address showing you're serious and long term. You need the ID in the form of the passport, and then show your visa with that. There are so many different visas. And the Thai phone number. I would also recommend that you dress properly. In this culture, that is quite important to look serious and, be trustworthy. So try and do those steps. Go to your preferred branch. I know many of the banks are good, so just choose the one that you like. But the 3 I mentioned, the Bangkok Bank, Krungsi, or Kasikorn, I know they're all good. So try them. And also, when you have the Thai bank account, all of your transactions and payments will be very much easier in Thailand. Something I should mention is paying bills gets, you can do it, of course, when you live in Thailand without a Thai bank account. You can have a physical bill and you can take it to, for example, 7-Eleven, and they can scan that for you and then you can pay it. But that will incur a fee for them handling that transaction for you as the middleman. Also, if you want to pay your rent, maybe you can use TransferWise, or Wise as it's just called right now. You can pay your landlord the rent that way, but of course Wise is also a service that incurs transaction fees and sometimes even exchange rates added on top. So that adds up. Also, when you have a Thai bank account, you can withdraw cash without incurring a fee of 220 baht, which is quite steep actually when going to an ATM trying to withdraw money. That's why if you don't have a Thai bank account, always withdraw a large sum of money each time, and then you can just store the cash, and then, as a percentage, the fee of 220 baht wouldn't be so much in the end. But the thing about having a Thai bank account is at that point you'll pay no fee whatsoever if you want to get cash. If you even need cash, that is. I like always having a little bit of backup cash no matter what. But if you can QR scan for everything, then you just need some cash and without the withdrawal fee. A small note about that is it's technically no withdrawal fee, but if you open your bank account in another province of Thailand and then try to withdraw money in a different province from that province where you open the bank account, you'll have a small fee. You'll have 20 baht fee. And, that's not the end of the world, of course. That's not even $1, but it's, less than 10% of the actual 220 baht fee you would have if you don't have a Thai bank account. So I would recommend getting one. It removes a lot of fee. It removes a lot of friction. Just makes life a lot easier here in Thailand. So that was a little bit of a shorter, more concise video today, and I hope you got some value out of it. I hope it was useful to you. Especially if you're someone coming here to live in Thailand for a while or for the long haul. So have a great day. I'll see you in the next one.